we are coming to page 4, dealing with reflection of a circle. So, if a circle is reflected along a line, let us take a look. Let's say this is the line I'm looking at. I have a circle with a center. So, if my circle is reflected along this line, it's very obvious that the image of this circle will reflect on the other side of the line. Notice the size of the circle will remain the same, but the location of the center has changed. So I'm going to summarize what I've just done. This means to say the size of the circle remains the same. Likewise, the radius of the circle will remain the same. However, the location of the circle changes. This means that the center changes. Okay, with this new concept, we are going to tackle the following question. Find the new center and radius of this equation of the circle that is given when reflected upon the following. The first thing I want you to take note is, before we can get started, it is always very important that given any equation of a circle, we need to know the center as well as the radius. As you have learned previously, in order for us to find the center, you need to check that the coefficient of x squared and y squared is 1. After that, you can straight away use the coefficient of x and y to be divisible by -2 to get the center. After you have obtained the center, you can find the radius using the formula you have learned previously. And you will get 7. So, our center is -4 and 3 with our radius being 7. We are ready to do part 1. We need to find the new center and radius if this circle is reflected upon the x-axis. As you have done previously as well, it is always very important to sketch and visualize your own diagram. So I'm going to do a simple sketch now. Do take note that the reflection is done along the x-axis. Let us indicate the center. Since the size of the circle, or rather the radius, remains unchanged, I'm not going to draw the circle, but rather I will only draw the center. One thing to take note, if this is reflected along the x-axis, it is very important to take note where is the center away from the reflection line. Notice this is 3 units away. If this is 3 units in front of the reflection line, it must also appear 3 units after the reflection line, and there you have it. This is our new center. But we will need to indicate the new coordinates of the center. In this case, you can clearly see that the x coordinate is the same, but the y coordinate has changed to -3. Since the radius remains the same, it will still continue to be 7. Using similar technique, you may like to try B yourself and give yourself 1 minute or so before you check your answer with mine. Assuming you have done yours, you can use mine as a reference. Same thing, before I get started, on the reflection along the y-axis, I would like to do a simple sketch. Please indicate the original center. we have to be mindful that the reflection is done on the y-axis. So we will need to take note. Prior to the reflection line or before the reflection line, what is the distance away? There is a total of 4 units before the reflection line. This means to say that it will also appear 4 units after the reflection line. And that will be your new center. The y-axis has actually changed to, or rather the y-coordinate has changed to 4. So let me indicate the coordinates of the new center. Radius remain unchanged again, so I'm just going to write down the original radius. With that, I would like you to try all the questions on page 4 as well as page 5 before you actually check with your friends to see whether you come to the same conclusion.